But my name is Julius J. This is the OK Conversation, the biggest thing on radio anywhere in Liberia at this time.
Talking the issues, Capitol Hill will feature quite prominently because there was a protest that at some point went amok. Reports of some clashes between police and protesters, brutal force, and all those kinds of reports have come up. We'll try to analyze it, hear from correspondents as well. Different things happening as well. So stick and stay. The OK Conversation is right here. Don't go anywhere. To Jala Griffey. I've seen he posted something very concerning. I'll try to speak with him as well. UK for imposing sanctions on her, telling the BBC the move came as a surprise as she had not been found guilty of any corruption in any court in any country. Last month, the daughter of Angola's former president was described by the UK government as a notorious kleptocrat and slapped with an asset freeze and travel ban for allegedly siphoning wealth out of oil-rich Angola. She said Angola's government was behind a campaign to tarnish her image. For the first time ever, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, is partnering with a member state to deliver justice. The Special Tribunal for Gambia will address the atrocities committed during Yahya Jammeh's 22-year rule, 1994 to 2017. It is expected to ensure accountability for human rights violations and corruption. Jammeh, known for his eccentricity and brutality, fled Gambia in 2017 after an election defeat. We were in Abuja when the ECOWAS Parliament were debating whether ECOWAS should partner with Gambia in doing this. It was heated. At the end, the entire region has concluded that they will play some part to deliver justice to people from Gambia. Liberia is also making an appeal. We will see what works. But share the video, invite others to join in, tell us where you're following from, where you're watching from. All of the details are coming up. Okay. Let's take a very quick break with some of our sponsors here now. Let's take a quick break. These people are ensuring that we're able to be here, we're able to put generators on, we're able to do a whole lot of things. So yeah, let's take some of them right now. We'll take the rest later.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, watch out for the latest jeans and tires that will spark your auto appearance on both social and formal gatherings. Check this out. The place is Some Business Incorporated, a brand of excellence. At Some Business Incorporated, we have the latest fashionable jeans now on sale. Our line of products include both ladies and men's jeans, cargo jeans with 2 pockets, plain jeans kites, and the latest 2023-2024 jeans jumpsuits. We also have a variety of quality sneakers for both children and adults. Remember, at Some Business Incorporated, our products are produced with durable, tall cotton and are very much long-lasting for your everyday comfort. And the good news is that you don't need to walk down Waterside anymore, because we have all these at affordable prices just for you. We also sell at wholesale and retail prices. Visit us today at the old Wastewater building, right opposite the old Ministry of Education on Broad Street, for the latest brands of jeans you will always admire. For more information, call us on 0887-289-372 or 0777-289-372. It's Some Business Incorporated, right opposite the old Ministry of Education on Broad Street, for the best quality in jeans wear.
The Ministry of Transport, with funding from the National Road Fund of Liberia, has embarked on a weight station awareness to protect public roads and bridges from rapid deterioration and destruction. In October 2015, the legislature, approved by the President, passed into law the Axle Law Control Law of Liberia. The law aims to protect public roads and bridges from rapid deterioration due to excessive weight of heavy goods vehicles, set limits on ladder weight to control overloading, and domesticate the ECOWAS Regional Agreement on Harmonized Rules of 2013. The Ministry of Transport says one of the major reasons for the fast deterioration of roads is the overloading of trucks and heavy vehicles. With weight stations built across the country to enforce the ASO control law, violators will be penalized. The Ministry of Transport says there is no need to panic, as enforcement of this law will not affect transportation fares. Let's protect our roads and bridges. Be a responsible driver and comply with the AXO control law.
Your favorite ROJ Kennedy Resort and Villas is new and improved with top-notch first-class services guaranteed to make you feel pampered and special as our royal guests. Ideally located on the RI Highway, a few minutes drive from the rehab junction, right in front of the Atlantic Ocean, you are assured of a peaceful, serene atmosphere of a home away from home. The ingredients for our Liberian meals are freshly picked from our garden to give you that unforgettable taste of Liberian cuisine. Our villas are designed and equipped to ensure every night spent with us is a memorable one. We are well positioned to host conferences and seminars of all sizes, as well as outdoor events like garden weddings and parties. Book your upcoming events and leave the rest for us to handle with 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can reach us on 0770-533-415 or email us at reservations@kendejaresort.com.lr. Visit our website on www.rljkendejaresort.com.lr. RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas. Memories worth repeating.
What? I tell you, every day funny for car to go to the bank. Then the traffic is not easy. By the time you reach the last, I'll make you scared. Hey man, how was shopping for my children for the Christmas season?
You are hit too hard. What will carry you to the bank again? You can't get tired? Every day, bank, bank, bank. How much in your account start before you wasting transportation?
I know, That just small to you. I want to go shopping for my children for the season.
Why you need to go to the bank? You can pay right from your phone.
You go, Lehana.
Well, I thought the last time I downloaded the EcoBank mobile app for you.
Yes, I still got it.
So you can use it. Go on the app and go to pay merchant. You can scan and pay for your goods. You can also buy LEC credit. You can pay your water bill. You can buy scratch card all right from your telephone.
I forgot, I remember I used it to shop it at the supermarket before.
So you can use it again. It's also available at restaurants, boutiques, hotels, and even provision shops all over Liberia. Just make use of the EcoBank mobile app this Christmas season and avoid that stress of standing in a queue.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Richard S. Saki. Saki, you say you teach what grade?
I teach first and second.
First and second grade.
Right.
The teacher says, I teaches. It is interesting that a lot of you, this is I think from last year, most of you just hearing it.
I teach first and second.
First and
I teach first and second.
First and second grade.
Right. I don't want to publish.
Okay. You think your English is that good to teach them?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. English, E-N-G-L-I-S, it's very good.
Good. What is a sentence?
A sentence is a group of words that complete the word. A sentence is a group of words that complete
And word.
a sentence is a group of words that complete the word.
Okay.
Minute, punctuation mark, period, question, comma.
Oh.
A sentence is a group of words that complete
And word.
Okay.
minute, punctuation mark, period, question, comma.
All part of sentence. What is a semicolon?
Semicolon is I between letters.
What is a period?
A period is I am going to school, period.
What does a period indicate at the end of a sentence?
The superior is
What
what?
does a period, what does it mean at the end of the
A sentence is a group of words that complete the word.
Okay.
Minute, punctuation mark, period, question,
semicolon?
Semicolon is a group of words that complete the word.
Okay.
Meaning, punctuation mark, period, question, comma.
All part of sentence. What is a semicolon?
Semicolon is I between brackets.
What is a period?
A period is I am going to school. Period.
What does a period indicate at the end of a sentence?
The period is
What
what?
does a period, what does it mean at the end of the sentence?
Meaning stop.
You shouldn't proceed.
Stop before you can proceed. P-R-E-C-E-E-D.
Proceed. What is a subject?
A subject is a group of sentences.
And what are group of sentences?
A group of sentences is we are going to someone. We are going to Ponjama.
Look,
By polygamy.
proceed.
What is a subject?
A subject is
At the end of the sentence.
meaning stop.
Stop.
You shouldn't proceed.
Stop before you can proceed. P-R-E-C-E-E.
E-D, proceed. P-R-E.
What is a subject?
A
The
subject
subject
is
is a group of sentences.
And what are group of sentences?
a group of sentences. We
I'm
are
going to someone do.
We are going to
Define polygamy.
Look, there's simple thing that Megan. Okay, yeah. The look what this is the teachers were great cool. You gotta make going sound do they get sound do great cool. Oh. Okay, welcome. This is the OK Conversation on OK FM 99.5. Okay. Okay. Let's start from here. That's from executive mansion. We have to know what did the president do,
You know, when he was in Nigeria. That is where we are starting from.
It says President Joseph Boakai addressed the 65th ordinary session of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, Authority of Heads of State and Government, held in Abuja, Nigeria. In his remarks, President Boakai highlighted the critical issues affecting the West African region, including political instability, security challenges, and the planned withdrawal of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger from. He emphasized the need for urgent and coordinated action to address these challenges and reaffirmed Liberia's steadfast commitment to regional unity, peace, and development. President Boakai expressed grave concern over the escalating insecurity in the Sahel region and the impact of political transitions in several member states, stressing that the collective strength of the ECOWAS community lies in its unity, noting no force, no matter how strong, can crush a united people. In unity, our region is stronger, the president asserted. The Liberian leader also called for the lifting of sanctions on Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, urging for dialogue and reconciliation to bring these nations back regional instability. He called on ECOWAS leaders to develop strategies to empower the region's youth, enhance resilience, and address the root causes of these crises. Recognizing the importance of collective security, President Boakai emphasized the need for stronger intelligence sharing and early warning mechanisms across the region. On the issue of Liberia's financial obligations to the community, President Boakai acknowledged Liberia's financial obligations to ECOWAS and reiterated his administration's commitment to settling its outstanding community levy arrears. Since this administration took office, we have made modest efforts to demonstrate our commitment to reducing the substantial obligations we inherited, he said. He also spoke about Liberia's role in regional and global diplomacy. The Liberian chief executive reaffirmed Liberia's dedication to ECOWAS initiatives, including its leadership roles in combating money laundering through GIABA, and its active participation in the ECOWAS Parliamentary Committee on Peace and Security. He also celebrated the recent endorsement of Liberia's bid for a non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council for 2026 to 2027, describing it as a testament to the country's growing role as a trusted partner in global and regional diplomacy. In closing, President Boakai urged his fellow leaders to be guided by the principles of peace, dialogue, and regional cooperation, calling for a shared vision of a stable, prosperous, and resilient Africa, West Africa. Together, we can confront the challenges of our time and build a future that serves the interests of all our peoples, he stated. The 65th ECOWAS Ordinary Session continues as leaders deliberate on strategies to address the pressing challenges facing the region and reaffirm their commitment to regional integration and development. Nice speech. Sounds good. Some key points made. Except that localizing these points, if you're talking about unity, peace, dialogue in the West African sub-region, one would think that those kinds of things have to be the hallmark of what is happening back home. As it appears so far, it doesn't seem to be, given the different things that we will talk about later. We also know that the president signed the book of condolence for the late Honorable John D. Gray, former vice president of Liberia and former senator of Grand Cape Mount County. Okay. So we'll go to Massa first of all. There is a troubling yet intriguing report about a female correctional officer allegedly stowing away 6 kilograms of drugs into her genitalia. That's the only word I can use to euphemize it. I cannot say anything else. Go and define genitalia. Okay, so we will speak with Massa. I think she has been taken to the court and all of that. Stored into one of her genitalia. So it is spelled G-E-N-I-T-A-L-I-A, genitalia. Go and define it. I'm not saying anything else. That's the only word I will use. So let's join Massa right now, our Judicial Bureau Chief. Let's join her to give us updates about this story. 6 kilograms of drugs. A female correctional officer stowed away into her genitalia. How did they know? We don't know. But Massa is on the line. Massa, welcome to the OK Conversation. Hello, Massa.
Hello, Julius. Hello, everyone.
Good. There's news that has gone viral on social media about a female security correctional officer allegedly stowing away 6 kilograms of drugs into her genitalia. What is it? Give us details.
Yes. This female identified as patient McGill. As I speak to you, you are just been brought to the Monrovia City Court, and the charges. She has been investigated and charged with a crime of what? Illicit. 1 minute, please. Let me double check that. Illicit trafficking. That's what she's been charged with. And according to investigation, she worked at the Monrovia Central Prison, and while on duty on December 16, which was Monday, and she was spotted giving something like a $50 to an inmate, and then one of our colleagues saw her. When they saw her and then they investigated, that $50 they had.
The 50 USD or LD?
50. The currency is not indicated here.
Okay.
Just a $50 is not indicated. So when they saw her giving the $50 to the inmates, one of the colleagues reported to their boss lady, because they have their boss lady there. And when the incident was reported and they investigated, they called the inmates. They saw the $50. In that $50, when they asked her, she initially said that, her boss sent her to go call 2 inmates to collect their soup from the shop. And so when she called them, according to her, she gave $50. It should be $50 Liberian, because she said she gave $50 to the person to go buy soup. So, and that was the $50 she was giving the person. While doing the investigation, it is confirmed that yes, she had drugs, and she was value of this drug was $35,000.
Do we know what kind of drug it is?
Cocaine.
Okay.
$35,000
how did they know that it was stored into the genitalia?
Well, it's not indicated whether it was stored in her genitalia or not. But as I explained to you, they only saw her giving the drug to the person, to the inmate. So what she stored in is not indicated yet. And how she stored in, I can't tell. As it's been speculated that it was stored in her
because one of your colleagues, Game Lomo, reported that it was stored in her genitalia.
That's what I'm saying. The investigation did not detail where it was getting. So it only said that she robbed the drug in the money. So deceiving people that it was just money. Unfortunately, when they did the investigation, they found out that it was cocaine that she was giving to the inmate. Okay. So they charged her for illicit trafficking and ordered her to court.
Okay. Thanks so kindly, Master. Do we have any updates from the Supreme Court on the bill of information that was reportedly filed by the Fonatico Fasai?
We have no information yet. The only information I have here, you've been following the Judicial case.
Yes.
And so the Judicial case has taken another trend. I think regarding information that the Judicial case will be re-argued. Reason being, at the time, because they have 5, one Chief Justice and 4 Associate Justices on the bench, and to reach a conclusion or to reach an opinion on the decision, they have to vote. And so when they had the argument, remember a few months back, they had an argument in the immigration rights stuff, and then they did not have the quorum to decide. So it was 2-2. So meaning if you have 3 and 2 to reach a decision, but then there was a vacancy on the bench. The death of the late Joseph Nangwe. And so they couldn't reach a decision. For that reason, they had to re-argue the Judicial case.
Okay.
That's the only info for now. For the better information, we're still following it closely.
And the Samuel Twa and others case as well, has it been reassigned? Do we know the new date for the trial to commence?
So we expect tomorrow, which is Wednesday, 2:30, for the case to commence. That will probably be the reading of the mandate from the Supreme Court or the arraignment of the defendants. One of those might take place tomorrow.
Okay, thanks so kindly, Massa, for letting us know. Okay, thanks. So that is that. You listened the fight against drugs earlier. There was a report from Gamet Lomo. Different reporters get different details. That this female officer had this 6 kg of drugs stored down there, and so that is that. She has been forwarded to court. We told you the fight against drugs it's a very tedious fight, quite difficult. Let's see if we can speak with Jala Greyfield. He posted something very concerning, so we want to speak with him right now. Jala Greyfield, former Deputy Director General at LBS, now runs a show, on Voice of Liberia. Let's see if we can speak with him quickly. He posted something concerning. Okay. We're trying to get him. Okay. So we have Jala Greyfield, who runs a show on Voice of Liberia, former Deputy Director General, LBS. Welcome to the OK Conversation.
Thank you, Julius, and former Vice President of the President of Liberia.
A former defeated, were you defeated as presidential candidate or vice presidential candidate?
I was defeated because the United Party also...
No, that's not the issue. I'm saying...
I was defeated, I said.
As vice...
I was defeated because...
As vice presidential... Okay, thanks so kindly. That's all I wanted to know.
Because the United Party at the time...
all the details.
Use their financial influence to reduce our coalition.
No, that will not be good for media people. I think your media colleagues just didn't want that.
I just find the figure of the role.
Yes, good. Now, you wrote 38 minutes ago, Abraham Godson Williams, Sekou V. Sheriff Jr., Winston Blatty, beware. IG Gregory Coleman has ordered his death squad to kill us. Cigar back conversation, details soon. This is serious. How can you be making these kinds of claims? What's going on?
And so tomorrow I will take time and detail this on my Facebook page. It allows me to write the ambassadors around our country, the U.S. Embassy, the EU elsewhere. I will read them to talk about the threat on our life. A couple of days or weeks ago, there was a damaging conversation that came from Marvin Cole, who is one candidate district representative. He had called on my show for bits and pieces of Voice of Liberia. He alleged that Mr. Gregory Coleman has carried out talks and criminal gangs and the police to kill him and others. And I tried to believe, I said, this is not a good generalization of a police officer. A police officer who served you before when you were in authority at CDC. These are the same people who serve George where they are saying the police. So to call them criminal police, I don't think it's a good way to portray them. He said, Gregory Coleman is the one who didn't want SYC. So I thought that Gregory Coleman as my colleague, when I said colleague, we all graduated from the same high school. I was, a matter of fact, one class before him. I thought, well, that coming right away between us. So all the courtesy, it was so damning to the extent that I didn't want to, for a day to pass before I get to it. So I thought of calling out a courtesy. And I announced to the public that I'm not getting Gregory Coleman's out of this story. I didn't say it test, but because of what this man has said about him, it is just expedient to call him to get what he has to say. So I phoned Mr. Gregory Coleman. He picked the phone. And I said, Honorable IG, I'm so sorry that I'm calling you with no power notice to you. But there is this stinking attack rained against you by Mr. Melvin Cole, representative of District Number 3 in Bon County, concerning SYC. The first thing he said, how dare you call my number? How dare you call me? How dare you call me? And I kept saying to him, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you, but I thought it because of the public perception I had on me and you. He shut down his phone. He went. So after 2 minutes, he sent me a text. I said, I got text my phone. How do you do this to your comrade? You call your friend. I didn't respond to it. I've been very radical with the police on this one. And been very radical with the police on everything. This today, I've been posting some things of the police, the high hand they use against everybody. But listen, on Friday night, because I've been since it's been 3 weeks ago when nothing happened. Friday night, Gregory is seen in the place in one of the cigar bars with his colleagues. And we have good ears, big ears. We have friends in around government and not in government. When you go to a popular area where you go and smoke your cigar, you are there talking to people and telling this and that I'm against you, everywhere against you, and Vladimir is against you. We are the one that making the government look ugly. You get at us. He was there talking to one of his desktop master, I don't know his name, and the guy, somebody around there called me and said, Jala, this is what happening in this place. I think it was on Friday or Wednesday.
But you were not there. Someone called you.
I wasn't there. Somebody from his own cycle called me and said this is what he said about me. You understand? He said this about me. You know, obviously there will be people in everywhere, but there are other people who in the same area, but some of them love you and they know you. They don't want you to be harmed.
Well, have you made any move to verify the information?
Well, to verify from whom?
I don't call him and say this is what I heard.
He doesn't pick my phone. He doesn't answer my phone. He insulted me. So I didn't really want to call him because this man has insulted me before in the public place. I had to record how he insulted me. I his colleague. So insulting Ominas come and say this why he said it. I would believe it because this is a man who said he insulted me because of my inquiry about things that had to do with his character. So if Gary Coleman comes and say what he said to people about me in a cigar bar, I must take it lightly. I want to take it lightly.
What did the person actually say? He said.
He has said, Amy William, Jala Grayfield, Winston Blood, and Sickle Sherry, they are the 3 guys who are bringing this government to distribute. They are calling for my immediate dismissal. This morning again, I said, I put this on Facebook. I said, if the president, JMB, does not dismiss Gary Kumo, this country will sink into a mess. And I saw people come on my post insulting me XYZ. He didn't say anything. I was saying that as a preparation to come on the media, the bigger platform, to announce to the people like that Gary Kumo is after my life and after the lives of other people who are journalists. They see us critical people. But I sit on a platform where I say I'll be very credible and very balanced. And I sit on the radio, if the government does well, I say the same thing about the government. I praise the government does well. If the government goes zero, I say the same thing. So I'm not biased in my reporters on the media. So why must he target me? Why have I done the Gregory?
Okay, allegedly, because you were not there and someone informed you about it.
So if the walls are passed by one month to the other, so they get distorted. But the word that passed from someone month to me was not distorted. And those were the words from Gary Kumo that he was going to get at me and get at Amy Williams, get at Winston Blood and get at me.
Okay.
So it's alleged, as you said, but again, there are people, those kind of comments will not come be recorded by somebody. Because somebody in the circle know you and somebody is there who knows you and say this one is this. But in the cigar bar, it's not just police officers there are other people who are there who get ears to this kind of conversation.
Okay. Thanks so kindly, Jala. We'll see how best we can hear from the police on this matter. But thanks so kindly for taking my call. Okay, good. We will join Nyanti from Capitol Hill. We'll join Nyanti from Capitol Hill on what happened on today. And we'll come back and just put everything else together. Welcome. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. I know I have a statement here from the protesters of today. Nyanti, welcome to the OK Conversation. Give us some updates about what happened on earlier today.
Well, thank you, Julius. Thank you for joining me. Apparently, I'm trying to walk down the stairs to leave the Sunday chamber, but I'm quite sure that it is much better. It is much better now.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. So today we started off this morning at the grounds of the Capitol, where we came early, and at that time there was not a major tension. But then going forward, we went at the side of the University of Liberia, Capitol Hill campus, where there were all of a few members, some protesters have gathered there and noted. Among them was Councillor Prebambu, who was there with different chanting slogans saying that the law is the law, the government should respect the Constitution. But then we decided to follow all of the happening. Until then, we saw the list of Representative Yeke Koloba, Eugene Colley, Frank Safoko. They all moved towards the side of the executive mansion, but then they were being resisted by the police officer.
What is it? Is it that the police did not want them to access the grounds of the Capitol?
Yeah, so for what we saw was that they created a buffer zone somewhere around the Public Procurement Concession Commission intersection going close to the executive mansion. And when the guards were moving in, and the police stood there and said the guards should use the other end of the Capitol bypass, meaning to go towards the University of Liberia. But then back and forth, the Representative Foko, Eugene Colley, they managed their way, but then most of the protesters were asked to use the side of the University of Liberia, where they went and joined their colleagues who were already there. So,
did they enter the premises of the Capitol?
No, they didn't have access to the premises of the Capitol. Not a single protesters were being allowed into the compound of the Capitol. Though they were coming in because according to them, they were coming to present their petition to the legislature, but they were not being allowed in here. Okay. And especially because there was this tap protocol at the front of the executive mansion because the president was coming, and the EPS were also posted there. The police created that buffer zone because the president was coming to sign the book of condolence for the former vice president John Gray. So they asked them to use the side. But from the happening at the side of the University of Liberia, what we witnessed was at the time when this group of protesters came in, there were vehicles who were using the normal route going to the Wait of Time, and then some of the vehicles were going towards the Ministry of Foreign Affairs end. But then these protesters took onto the main road, and then they were demanding that no vehicle would use that route, and then the police were also looking on. But then what we saw earlier now was the police moving towards the protester, moving them by force, using excessive force to ask them to leave the main road. And then we saw some stone began to be thrown by the protester, and then the police started to fire tear gas in that process. And that's all that we witnessed among the protester and that of the police.
Front Page Africa has reported the firing of live bullets as well. Did you hear some of those sounds?
What I cannot confirm, Julius, as to whether there was this firing of live bullet. No, because I cannot say that whether did the police fire live bullet. All that witness was the firing of tear gas, where the police fired tear gas, and in fact there were elderly people among these protesters as well. Most of them fell helpless because of the firing of the tear gas, and there was this elderly lady who was lying flat on the ground. In fact, a lady who I identified worked with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a person with disability, she was also affected. In fact, the police have to...
Was she part of the protesters or she was passing by?
She was passing by. She was going towards the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. She works directly in the Foreign Service Department at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So she was going towards the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. But these elderly women who were part of the protester wearing wet t-shirts, they were also affected as a result of the firing of tear gas. But I cannot say whether did the police fire live bullet. No, I didn't see anything of such, and I cannot confirm that whether did the police fire live bullet, and especially when there is a bullet that will be fired, the sound of it automatically that will send a huge signal. But I didn't see anything of such.
Okay. Did you also see people who got injured among the protesters?
There was this individual who wearing a yellow jacket, At the time when the entire incident subsided, and then the guys managed to bring him back on the road and they placed him on top of a motorcycle and they went directly towards the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And that's all that I saw in the base of the protester was the individual who identified who were being injured in the process.
Now, did you see any injury on the part of the police?
Yeah, there was this police officer who was held and placed at the back of the pickup, though I didn't see whether he was fully injured, but that seems to be that he was helpless, but I didn't see a mark showing whether blood or what have you, but he was placed at the back of the pickup and then taken towards the headquarters of the Liberia National Police.
Were there some arrests made?
Yeah, so the police made several arrests. There were folks who were identified for the fact that the police, when they see you wearing a wet t-shirt and then you were standing on the wayside, you were being arrested and taken to the police headquarters, and that's what they were doing. And then they also arrested this lady who is an administrator in the office of the battle speaker for Antikofa. She was arrested, and in fact, she was held by the collar and taken towards the headquarters of the Liberia National Police. And then also, while we were also there, we saw that the police brought in former presidential aide Sego Kalasco in the back of the pickup. He was being brought to the headquarters of the Liberia National Police, but we tried inquiring as to why was he arrested. We didn't get any further response from the police as well.
Are they still in police custody as we speak?
Well, the protesters are still in police custody. They were still in police custody, but eventually the police were also trying to make their way to the different hospital, the JFK, but then because of what was happening at the grounds and some of us didn't follow, we still here at the grounds of the Capitol to follow some of the scene, what exactly was happening and who were those that the police were arresting. And so we were following all of these different duties here at the grounds of the Capitol.
Do we know the whereabouts of some of the leaders, these lawmakers, whether it was Representative Yeke Koluba, Francis Afoko, and others? Do we know how they left the protest ground? How did they end up?
Well, they came along with these protesters, but they managed their way. That the Representative Francis Afoko was one of the head, but according to him, that what he was coming to do here was not a protest because he was being mandated by his district resident to come to the grounds of the Capitol. In fact, they were encouraging him to come to work, and that they were escorting him to work today. But then he also stressed that if there were any issue of such where he is being prevented from coming to work, he was going directly to the court to take some sort of legal action against the government. So eventually, after when the entire situation escalated, he eventually moved towards the grounds of the Temple of Justice, where he was saying at the Monrovia City Court, but whether did he achieve the action, we cannot say, but he moved towards the Monrovia City Court, where Judicial reporter has been reporting that he was being seen there. But then we didn't see Representative Yeke Koluba unless we saw later on members of the organizer of this protest led by Janji Babwe, who is the former superintendent of Grand Bassa, held a protest action displaying a white banner around his head, showing that he was being injured in the process, and reading a press statement. So, but they were not seen following all of these actions that occurred here on the grounds of the Capitol, but the front at the action for the fact that they came here to protest, and they were not being guarded, they were not being protected in the process, and they've been able to express their anger towards the government for beating on protesters, for injuring protesters, and this is something that they call on the international community to speak onto the matter as to what the government has been able to do to protesters today.
Okay, Nyanti, thanks so kindly for that update. But did the Senate or the other side hold session on today? What happened there?
Yeah, so they came as early this morning by around 9 o'clock. We saw members of the majority bloc arrive here, and they held session today in the John Chamber, and then but they didn't stay too long, and then they ended their session and went for the budget hearing. And then currently at the level of the Liberian Senate, there's currently a session ongoing, and earlier on there was this discussion about web permit that was being issued, almost over 8,000 web permit being issued by the Ministry of Labor to foreign nationals, and then some senators were being complaining that these were jobs that can be done by ordinary Liberians like store ball, and then it's being issued for foreign nationals. So they mandated they mandated the Secretary of the Senate to write the office of the President to halt the issuance of web permit, because this is concerning, and they also asked the Ministry of Labor to submit a report on this over 8,000 jobs to give the category which one foreign nationals are doing and which one Liberians supposed to do. So they wanted they call for the executive to halt the practice, the issuance of web permit. And then currently the Senate is actually debating this Liberia traffic management law. You know, this matter have been between the Ministry of Transport and that of the Liberia traffic management, and the Ministry of the Senate Committee on Transport just presented a report, and that report is under consideration. And then currently there was a confirmation report that the Senate have just concluded on. They passed on the ambassador designated to France, Ticlo Yori, had just been confirmed by the Liberian Senate, but we've not seen the confirmation report of Ali Sida. It hasn't been brought forth on the agenda of the Liberian Senate. We don't know why, but then they said the president also made some nominations, though he has not been seen on the executive mansion website. They said the president nominated Levan Diman, the former superintendent of Grand Bassa, as ambassador designated to Belgium. So these are just some of the reports coming from the level.
Wow, that means Isaac Nyanambo has been removed from being ambassador in Belgium.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thanks so kindly, Nyanti. Okay, this is the OK Conversation on OK FM 99.5. So this is what Front Page Africa wrote, that I alluded to. Tear gas and bullets have been fired as protesters descended on Liberia's capital, Monrovia, near the seat of the national legislature to protest hardship, a sluggish economy, and bad governance less than a year in the administration of President Joseph Boakai. Hundreds of protesters have been gathering as part of a mass demonstration dubbed White Tuesday, organized by the group Concerned Citizens for the Protection of Our Constitution, Democracy, and the Rule of Law. Clad in white, the protesters chanted slogans and held signs calling for justice and adherence to constitutional principles. The peaceful demonstration seeks to pressure the government to address alleged violations of the rule of law and ensure accountability within the country's governance systems. Organizers of the event say the objective is to raise awareness about what they see as a growing disregard for constitutional principles and democratic governance in Liberia. And they have a whole lot of videos they posted. We are here to remind the government of its obligations to the Liberian people, said one of the organizers. Our democracy must be protected and the Constitution upheld at all costs. We demand justice and accountability for all. The protest follows a series of controversies surrounding governance, judicial independence, and perceived delays in addressing critical national concerns. While the group has not specified particular demands in public statements, many participants are calling for government reforms, a stronger judiciary, and improved measures to combat corruption. Security forces, including police and officers from the Liberian National Police, were deployed at the capital to monitor the situation. As of now, the protest has remained peaceful, with organizers emphasizing nonviolence as a central tenet of their demonstration. Government officials have yet to comment on the protest. However, political observers note that the growing number of public demonstrations could signal increasing dissatisfaction among the populace with the current administration's handling of key issues. The White Tuesday protest is expected to continue throughout the day. So it's like an update to the story. Updates were coming in as the protest was ongoing. Then the group, yeah, I'm seeing this person in the black and yellow. I don't know why drew his foot like this. You can see the hole in his foot. I don't know. But let's go to the group. They've issued a statement. Concerned Citizens for the Protection of Our Constitution, Democracy and Rule of Law condemns the Boakai administration's brutal attack on peaceful protesters, demands the unconditional release of citizens unlawfully arrested and brutalized by Boakai's police, announces the Boakai Kun Step Down campaign, calls on Liberians and all opposition political parties to join the fight to end the Unity Party nightmare. Fellow countrymen of this struggling republic, we greet you in the midst of sorrow and agony. As thousands of citizens face brutal repression this morning, President Joseph N. Boakai ordered Inspector General of Police Gregory O.W. Coleman to shoot and kill unarmed citizens who were peacefully gathering at Capitol Hill to petition the National Legislature to restore constitutional order. We vehemently condemn this government's actions as insensitive, brutal, inhumane, and barbaric. The use of lethal weapons on peaceful citizens is clear evidence that President Boakai has reduced Liberia to a state of tyranny. Such a disastrous presidency must not be allowed to survive another year. We demand the unconstitutional release of over 75 protesters who were shot, wounded, tear-gassed, and unlawfully arrested and brutalized by state security forces. We have credible intelligence that these detained citizens are at risk of being tortured to death. The world must know if any harm befalls our people, President Boakai and his government will be held fully responsible. Release our people now. Fellow Liberians and to our international partners, President Boakai has proven to be a curse upon the Liberian people. It is imperative for all Liberians, regardless of political affiliation, to unite and bring an end to this suffering. In light of these atrocities, we, the concerned citizens for the protection of our Constitution, democracy and rule of law, hereby announce the Boakai Kun Step Down campaign. The date for this campaign will be announced shortly. We call on all Liberians and leaders of opposition political parties to join us in putting an end to the Unity Party nightmare. This is not a time to let personal disagreements overshadow the urgent need for national salvation. We will mobilize across the country from towns to villages to save the heart and soul of our motherland. Finally, we extend our deepest gratitude to Liberians home and abroad for the huge turnout. You are the true heroes of the day, but this is only the beginning. We must continue to work together for the redemption of our country. President Boakai and Jamar Kun must step down now. And this is non-negotiable. Signed, Concerned Citizens for Protection of Constitution, Democracy, of Law. So somebody has sent me the video of that individual. Yeah, he's being carried. You can see clearly. I don't know what drew to him like that. I cannot say. I was not there. Our reporter said he didn't hear gunshots. Front Page Africa is reporting that there were gunshots. Okay. Okay, so Massa is informing me that there's a writ of arrest out for Kalasco. I thought he was already arrested. Okay. Okay. We will see how that plays out. Now, so, Liberia spinning in a cycle. I don't know if we can speak to the police spokesperson. My producer will try to place a call there. If there's anything, there are a few things we need to know. If they can speak to us, whether the spokesperson or the IG himself, any of them, there are a few things we need to know from them, from the Jala Griffey allegation to what happened up Capitol Hill today. It's important that they update the public. So, first of all, protest, the right to peacefully assemble is constitutionally protected, so citizens should always be allowed to protest, to call on their authorities if they feel dissatisfied about anything. This has been a constant refrain from time to time, from Ellen to Weir to now Boakai. It is something we will always say. It has to be protected. It has to be guided. And previously, we saw during the past 6 years there were very good protests that happened. In fact, I would say the biggest in terms of numbers. I don't know if any protest has happened in this country before that equaled that COP protest that Costa and others called. It was huge. But there was this cordiality that we saw between the police and the protesters. That's where we saw this water being handed out to protesters and all of that. Police eating some of the protester food. So it was cordial. It was massive. It was a rallying point for the opposition. It wasn't led by the opposition. It had some buy-in from a whole lot of people from different strata of society. So it was really successful. It was huge. People have the right to protest, whether there are few numbers of people, whether they are plentiful. They should be guided. I don't know. Not picking up. We've been trying to get the police spokesperson, but it is not going through. I don't know if I have the IG number. I don't know if they're still using this number. So we will try, people. Try here. We got to try all of them. Yeah. Now. Okay. Okay. Let's try the other one. Okay. So it is the right of people to protest. I don't know how it degenerates. Why there seems to be this animosity between protesters now and the current police. I don't know. It has to be studied. It really has to be studied. How do these things descend into tear gassing? There were shooting incidents in Kinjor, tear gassing. Almost every time a group of people, even lawmakers, were tear gassed. I don't know why it is that way now. I don't understand. Because I think there should be cordiality. I also do not understand why protesters, Liberians, will be prevented from accessing a place that is regularly known for petitions. People go there, people protest. It is that building there, Capitol Hill, it is not like Executive Mansion. The restrictions that are on Executive Mansion are not on any capital anywhere in the world. Because it's like that's the people's house, that's their place. Anytime they can go to their lawmakers, anytime they can protest there, they can have peaceful demonstrations and all of that. The seeming militarization of the area, as if when people go there, then they will do something bad. That presentiment already presents the potential for chaos. Yeah, if people are going there, police has to be there, to protect them. They enter the place, they give them a particular place within to whatever petition. They petition, they are lawmakers. That's why those places are very huge, to contain those people. The police will still be stationed at the different entrances of the offices, the buildings themselves. And if anybody makes an attempt to breach that, we can have protesters along the roads and street in the street when they actually are going to meet their lawmakers. We have to be clear about these things. It doesn't matter whether there are 10 human beings, or there are 1,000, or 50,000. They should. That's how you de-escalate tension. And I think that's what the previous police force used to do. They had this way, and people used to complain, oh, the police weak and all that kind of stuff. But I think they were good at managing these kinds of things. And they usually, there were a few instances that went bad, but majority of the times, these things ended well. So I don't know what's happening now. I don't think it is a good sign for the government that every small thing, tear gas and people getting hurt, running here and there, this simmering anger. Now, on the other side, citizens have the right to protest. And people will always protest. People will always peacefully assemble. I don't remember ever backing any step-down campaign. No, that right, to tell leaders to step down, I'm not sure it is a right. I don't know which part of the Constitution calls for that one. I'm not sure it was part of the protest, but as a result of what happened, so the protesters released a statement and say, well, Boakai couldn't step down. No, there was Ellen step down. We made analysis against it. There was we are step down. We made analysis against it. And we are still in the very same position to say it hasn't reached to that. I can understand when people want to use those things to put pressure. But it is important for protests to have a focus. If it is about the issues of rule of law, concentrate and stick to that. Even at the White House, people can go right to the White House there and be there. Some people have been protesting since 1986 at the White House. Some people, every day, they're protesting. It is a citizen's right. If they think every day they will go up Capitol Hill to protest in favor of rule of law, issues of the economy and all of that, it is your right. You should be protected. It is not anybody's business. It is the person's own strength and effort, and they think they want to achieve something. Yeah? You should be protected. They should be protected. And the police should know how to interact with these people to de-escalate. And funnily enough, people who yesterday, we were also analyzing that they had the right to protest and the police had to work with them to ensure that who make threatening remarks against the police and they didn't do anything to them are celebrating brutality today. Can you imagine? And it makes me scared for the future because celebrating these actions when we don't know what the future may look like, how do you then call out a future government that may do worse things than what's obtaining now? How will we do that? We never know what the future holds. So you can be happy that some of your citizens in the country are brutalized because they don't have the political orientation that you have. Today you're in government, tomorrow you could be in opposition as well. That's how we groom tyrants. We'll have some kind of leader here that will use brute force against the people and say, but it happened Boakai time. The police should be able to handle these little things. And as protesters, a protest should have a focus and remain with that. I do not see why they will be preventing people from entering a place like so. The police will always, anytime people want to petition, they want to protest, they want to sit in at the legislature now, police will go there and stop them from entering the premises now. Oh, that's how the capital is going to be now. Because since this whole incident, it has become like a police state, the whole capital area. Is that how a capital is supposed to be? People cannot peacefully go there anymore. So it's just going to be like that now? Is that the strategy? Now, again, that aspect about Boakai Kun step down, no. It is not part of it. Boakai and Kun, they're not stepping down. They were elected for a constitutional term. They will serve it. If they do wrong, there is a constitutional process to remove them. That's why you, these opposition people, you have your lawmakers up Capitol. No, you can tell President, Vice President to step down. Then why are we going into the how they call it, interim government? No. So you all leave that other one there. It's not part of it. You know, we have a part of take us, but it is not part of it. No, it doesn't work that way. No, it doesn't work that way. If you think the president, vice president, they are proceeding wrongly, there is a constitutional way to remove them. So we will always, see me, I'm consistent with rule of law. We will always stick with constitution. I don't think there's a part in the constitution that says the citizens say, oh, the president and vice president should they should step down because we're not happy with them. No, there's a process. They can be impeached. So you tell lawmakers to do it if you think that they're wrong, and they are impeachable offenses that they've committed. Also, one senator told me something. He said, when the guys are about to come in, I realize. He said, if like Brentford have ready here to be angry with government, or they won't show it so that they can be angry, but they're ready to show it. They're watching. When they're ready to show it, then you join them. There's sometimes, relax and allow things to unfold. There's every small thing, protest, and it doesn't yield the desired results that you have. Could lead to inertia. People just being weak and tired about it. People are already tired of the politics. People are angry that what they expected to see, they're not seeing it. People are also angry with CDC that they didn't do quite well, when they were in power. So when they see CDC around anything now, that's why the opposition then was smart not to lead things from the beginning. They were allowing powerful voices at the time, like Costa and others, to lead things. Then they join in because they knew at that time that people would not want to listen to them. The party are just being power 12 years. What do they want to say? There's allegations of corruption here and there. So there is not that voice yet. There is not that kind of voice in the country that will rally people in a civil society or media way around certain things that are happening. No, it is not there yet. There is not that strong voice yet. So sometimes you gotta be smart in how you play your politics, But let's take some calls. 777-700-995-555-995 as our guests come in. Welcome. Let's hear you. Hello,
Julius. Good afternoon.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Segun Fofana, Indo community. Julius, let me say this. Article 17 get all right to assemble peacefully. But when big unit must be in a cover of the law. And the founder of the group here, Gandhi Bagwell, the former school there, the man asked one of your sister radio stations, the man is not in no permit, he not in just the minister approval to assemble peacefully.
About which part of the constitution say you need permit?
I'm coming. The part of constitution say if not definitely or not, they are most see. It is for people coming get there out of the and the protest you are best talking about. The past says they protest. Nothing go chaotic like this, and the protesters they were very peaceful. But let me end all of this. I'm very disappointed in people in Jala. I will have great respect for the men. As a city journalist, as you clean, then if you tell someone, you're not even here in the person mother. He says someone if you go in if they call you in court now, what you will say?
Okay.
Maybe the CDC the men over there as a deputy, I don't know whichever. Maybe the CDC council ever in.
No, you're not do that one yet. Thanks so kindly. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Julius. My name is Dan Bishop, and I call from my take them in Monrovia. Quickly, I think as a country we are now learning because I'm one of those who benefited from Reverend Emmanuel Fuya's tutoring, and one thing he said that there is nothing that will happen in Liberia today that did not happen in the past. to the most recent and biggest protest, June 7th. Yes, like you said, it was not organized by any special political party, but it was organized by the COP, Council of Pictures. But there were other elements from the Unity Party, ANC, that, made up or that aligned to that protest.
Yes.
It was big, it was successful. We didn't have this, police and protesters couple. I mean, Mo Ali, who is now the water and sewer board, was one of the organizers and the brain behind that June 7th protest. So how come today they are in government and they could not advise the police on what to do? And even during the George Weah time, there was another protest organized by the ANC called, We Tire of Congress.
We Tire Suffering.
Exactly, We Tire Suffering, very good. The police said the protesters. So how come today we witness what, and like you said, it is a constitutional right to protest. The Unity Party today that is in government, they protested yesterday. Even if they didn't organize it as a party, but they join other people. So how come today it is a crime to protest? Like you said, from the reporter, even I was listening to Voice of Liberia, they also reported that there was live bullet fire. But again, the information minister, I listened to the press briefing, he refuted that report. He said the police.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. Before you that, Anisha's our guests are here. Let's take a few more calls. 777-700-995, 555-995. Let's go international on this one. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Hello, Julius.
Yes.
This is William Bro.
Go ahead, William.
Yeah, Julius, it is by nature. Anything you use to achieve certain thing, when that thing was done funny way, you will always be afraid of it. Similarly, with the UP people today, they will be afraid of protest because they use it back in the day, in the time of we are to get to power. But it is wrong. It is not a good sign for our democracy. And you made a comment. You said there is no hating voice that have come out here to be the faith. You are one of those hating voice. But guess what? The society is suppressing you to come out. You need to move on your share.
No, but no, I'm not civil society, man. I'm a journalist. I can torso and torso.
There were now many of us. Every human being got more than 2-3 talents.
No, but other talent.
Many people are like you, but it is inherent. And how can the country come out? You one of those voices when you talk now, Liberia will listen.
Yeah, but
you need to come out, Julius.
Yeah, but I won't be in your politics. But thanks so kindly.
Our country is perishing. What?
Okay, thanks so kindly, man. The man, I give me another talent. Big you. Marcy, come out. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Julius. Let me, in the strongest term, condemn the Liberian government's action, unconstitutional and undemocratic action against peaceful citizens who were exercising their constitutional right today. It is unfortunate for this government that came to power on the mantra of change to continuously abuse the rights of Liberians, disrespect the Constitution of Liberia, disregard the Supreme Court ruling in less than 1 year. This is sad. If someone wants to tell me that nobody will shout, then what got the guy injured?
No. That is not what our reporter said. He didn't say. Let me.
Okuma had a press conference just now.
Okay.
He denied the use of live bullets. So, and he's listening to the show. So that's the question I'm asking. Another thing is, it is so sad for a group of people who benefited from protestation to now be against protest. Senior government officials on social media, instead of condemning their unconstitutional action, they are provoking Liberians. This is unacceptable. What did Carrasco do for which you were arrested? Today, Julius, once you wear white t-shirt, even if you were not part of the protest, you will be arrested. See police officers ganging up against people who were not even having anything in their hands. Who were already being handcuffed, but yet they were brutalizing them. Even on the grounds of the Capitol, they sad thing is, they denied the people of their right to go and present their petition. But when the president went to the Capitol building, his partisans trooped into the Capitol building. Why will you deny other citizens the right to access the Capitol building, but you allow partisans of the Unity Party to enter the Capitol building? This is unacceptable. It's the highest form of provocation.
Okay.
It needs to stop, and everyone has the right to call on the president to step down. It is their constitutional right. If they don't want the president to be there, they can call on the president to step down.
What does the Constitution say in terms of removing a president from office? What does it say?
Do you know why women people remove Astroman? Women pick him up to say.
No, that's my question there. That's my question. My question is, what is the constitutional way of removing president? And there are two ways.
All power is inherent in the people.
And all three governments are what?
Are constituted by the people.
So what is the way the people can remove the president?
If the same people come up, tell me which article that says no one has a right to call for the president to come down.
They say you can change the government through election, or when the president does bad, while he or she is still there, you can impeach them. And are the two ways?
So the state constitution says all power.
Yeah, but and the people can exercise their power through the legislature.
If the same people whose power the president is enjoying come up
yeah, but the
people, they have the right to express it. That is the expression of their opinion.
Thanks so kindly. Thanks so kindly, man. But it is simple. Yeah, I agree. The constitution says the people and blah blah blah. That one are true. But the constitution set out a particular way that the people can remove the president through election, or if the president does something that's not correct, then it is through impeachment. But it is not through a chaotic process. You can step down. No, that one can happen here. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Julius,
second to last caller here, quickly.
Dear everybody, I want to join the voice. I want to join the many Liberians that are condemning the authorized brutalization of our citizens by the president of this republic.
How you know the president authorized it?
Chief, come on. When our people were killed in King George by this same chief of police, what happened? Was there any action? No. When students were beaten in Maryland by this same police and his people, was there any action? No. When even his own government people, the Ministry of Transport people, were whipped by this same police chief, anything happened? No. All of these things, the biggest ears we have in the entire republic is the president. If the president fails to take action, it means he has censored, he has authorized it.
Okay.
And we will not sit idle and allow these things to perpetuate. It's shameful.
Thanks so kindly. Thanks so kindly. The final one. Let's the media man Charles. Yes, Charles, welcome quickly.
Yeah, Julius, thank you for the show and good afternoon to the people of Liberia. Today is another sad day in our country because we'll continue to revive. We're not making progress as a nation. I remember the COP protest. The protesters went to the Capitol building to present that petition. They were allowed access to that place. What will happen today?
And they were even in more numbers. There were tens of thousands of people.
I mean, triple this number. What could happen today, Julius, if the police have escorted the protester to that Capitol building? It wasn't our statement they had to read, and they are really. And so okay, done, you're finished reading your statement and you go back. What? When we ever, graduate from all the kind of guest servicing, beating our own people, at the end of the day, we are hurting. People are protesting. I mean, they might have different political identity, but they are like protesting. Yesterday, it was the other people around. Today, it's back to the CDC again. So we have to reach a point where we have to call this off.
Okay, thanks so kindly. My fear is it could get worse in years to come. Let's squeeze in Sylvester P, who is in the US quickly. So Sylvester, my guests are here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Julius. Quickly, I just want to say this. I think the government will have to continuously protect the democratic credentials of our country. It is very important that this government uphold the tenets of democracy, and I want to call on them. This is not a good sign for you, Mr. President, for protestation all the time to go the way we go, to see the kind of belligerent activities across Monrovia. We need to protect our citizenry in terms of, we're in a democratic, pluralistic pluralistic society, right, wherein the folk will have to be allowed to exercise their rights, but to allow. And this police chief, I was just researching recently. Harvard University is a very heavily university. If you are a product of that institution, you have to live in accordance with the things that they train you. Other than that, I wouldn't be surprised if they were to revoke, because the King John situation came out. This situation is coming out again. The front page is alleging, I'm looking at the front page website now, they're alleging that there was live bullet news. And you saying there's absolutely nothing of such. And we're seeing people being brutalized and the rest of this. I mean, this is not good for the democratic credentials we built over the period of years. I think in what it will do also, it got the potential room to scare investors coming to our country. It's not a good thing for us. It's not a very good thing. As we prepare, trying to come back to the country for the festive visitation and getting the kind of bad optics for this country is not good. Mr. President, do some intervention and stop this nonsense from avoiding the country.
Let's avoid using said words, but thanks so kindly. So again, as a new government, your first year, you really don't want to be ending your first year on these kinds of notes. There are just simple ways to handle these kinds of things. But to say, oh, we get the authority, we want to use the power against the people, blah, blah, blah. It can boomerang go. We are warning, there is a tomorrow. When Donald Trump, when Biden pardoned his son, even Democrats criticized him. That the man hasn't even gone to jail. I think he wasn't even sentenced yet, I believe. And he pardoned him. They said this will give Trump the leeway to pardon his January whatsoever protesters. What is happening today? When another person comes tomorrow, it could be worse. Our guests are Hassan Francis Whitfield, Esther C. Olivia B. Wilson, Faustino B. Jacobs, all members of the St. Phillips Ecumenical High School. It's the Alumni Association. Yeah, they are here to tell us exactly what is happening with the... That's blue and white. That blue is which color? It's not royal. It's a lovely kind of blue, but they will tell us what kind of blue is that. Hassan Francis, welcome.
Thank you.
Get closer to the microphone.
Thank you, Julius. And
please lift it up.
We want to be grateful to the OKFN family for having us here today.
What kind of blue? That your blue?
It's a royal blue.
Oh, that's a royal there?
Yes, same kind of blue that B.W. Harris uses.
Okay. Good. You are what in the Alumni Association?
So currently I'm the acting president of the association.
Okay.
And I'm here with a team from the leadership and our homecoming committee. And we are here to concertize our fellow alumni who will be listening to your radio at this moment, or who will listen later to see reason to join us in this quest to bring back sanity, dignity to our beloved institution.
Okay. And we also have Esther C. Who's Esther C? Yeah, please speak louder. Let's hear you. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
What is your role in the Alumni Association?
I am the acting vice president.
But why are leadership acting?
It's simply because when we formulated the association recently, we chose to act because we were given a mandate by our colleagues outside of a constitutional framework. And that's why we have attached to ourselves the word acting.
Okay. We also have Olivia B. Wilson. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
What is your role in the...
The chaplain, the prayer person.
I can hear in your voice. You sound like one Holy Ghost fire kind of person. That kind of fiery prayer. I can bring the Holy Ghost down and speaking in tongues and all of that. Okay. We also have Faustino B. Jacobs. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
What is your role in the association?
I'm a member of the homecoming committee.
Okay. Let us come to the president, the acting president, to tell us this homecoming. What is it? When is it? Why is it happening?
So thank you, Julius. I will give you a little historicity about our school shortly. So that school is as old as my mother. That was established in 1968. But then graduated her first set of seniors in 94. Throughout it has been an elementary school, then transitioned to a junior high school, then later to a high school. And that school has been creating talents for youthfulness in society until recent, when that school went down. But we are grateful to a few persons, most especially Mr. Adolfo Steve Phillips, who is the principal now, and a few other persons who thought it wise to bring back St. Phillips to where it was before, even though we are still striving and struggling to see her back to where she was before. But we feel that as alumni of that school, we have our own part to play. And that led to this formation of what we have today as St. Philip's Ecumenical School Alumni Association.
Okay. Which year did you graduate?
So I graduated in 2005. I graduated with a perseverance class, so I'm a proud perseverer. And around this table is another perseverer.
Who?
And Ostino Jacob is another perseverer.
Okay, the 2005 group. What are you doing now?
I'm a lawyer by profession. I hold a PhD in law.
Ah, okay.
Just came back to country from studies. And I thought that I should join my colleagues to ensure that we do what is necessary to be done for our state.
There are not many people in Liberia with PhD in law.
Probably maybe will be 3, 4. Yeah. At least the first one that led the way is my own professor, Councillor Dr. Jala Babu.
Yeah, I know about him.
I know that there are 2 other persons. I might not be familiar with their names, but there are 2 other persons.
Okay, that's really impressive. Let's come to Esther. What are things that people need to know about this homecoming? When is it happening? What are the specific things people will be doing?
The homecoming will be on the 20th of this month. It will be on 2 days.
Which will be what? 17th?
Friday.
It'll be Friday. Yeah.
Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
Friday we'll be having an intro program in the morning. After the intro program, we'll be getting out for a parade. And then we'll be having a fundraising to see how best we can collect 1 or 2 cents for St. Philip. After the fundraising, we will get outside for the parade. And after the parade, everybody will be going home and get prepared for the next day.
Okay. Now, let's come to, before we go to him, which year did you graduate?
2006.
Okay.
With the class of Nordic second to none.
So that wasn't in Latin?
Yeah.
Nordic second.
Second to none.
What do you do now?
I'm an entrepreneur and a graduate from the Zion University.
Okay.
At the sociology.
Yeah, entrepreneurs can have small teams. They are the ones that run the economy. Let's come to Ostino. Are there any payments being made by alumni members? Some of whom may be listening now.
Yeah. Payment has been made. We have so many alumni members who have made payment. And also we are come to sit on the radio to also encourage all of our alumni members, precisely those that graduated between 1994 to 2000. This is one of the areas that we are struggling when it comes to payment. So we want to encourage them. Most of them saw the interview that we had and they made requests. But up to now, we have not seen them. We want to encourage them to be a part of us. Yeah.
Okay. What is the? Let's come to. Now before we let's remain with him. You graduated 2005 as well.
Yeah, I graduated 2005.
And what are you doing now?
I am a banker.
Oh, okay.
I work with LBDI.
Some powerful people around the table. Yeah. There's an entrepreneur. There is a banker. There is a lawyer. Let's come to the chaplain, the Holy Ghost fire woman. Which year did you graduate?
2018, 2019.
Okay. And what do you do now?
I'm an artist.
Come closer. Oh, you do like drawing?
Yeah, I'm an artist, also a seamstress.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. So powerful people. Now, Mr. President, what is the amount being paid? And what are key pieces of information alumni members listening need to know before we go to the lines to hear from them?
So we were able to charge alumni $30 US. That $30 US covers the a package that we offer them: t-shirt, caps, feeding, and a little contribution to the school, because we want each alumni out there who will participate in these processes to give back something to the school. So we broke that $30 down into pieces, piecemeal, because we be spending money on parade, on souvenirs, and you can name the rest. So for now, it's $30, and we are calling on all alumni to show up on Friday. The chaplain general will speak more on how we are structured. So we have structured ourselves in a way that brings dignity to the parade. And can you speak to that, please, Lee?
Okay, so we're divided into 4 generations. We have the people that graduated 1994 to 2001. And we have the second group from 2002 to 2009. That's the second group. The third group will have the 2010 people to the 2017. And then the last group is the 2018 to present 2024 graduates. So on the day of the parade, which is Friday, each generation will have their own banners as we're parading. Will be in groups according to years of graduation. So yeah. Anything else?
Are you people playing any game?
Yes. So on
against whom?
On Saturday, we will be playing for the Generational Cup. So we have 4 generations of graduates, and we have also invited the current senior class to also form part of us. So we have divided ourselves into 4 different groups, and we will be playing to lift up the Generation Cup 2024.
Okay, so you're playing among
ourselves
are
in
you,
generations.
Are you afraid of your competitors, like the how do you call them, that's the other school across the road,
Jimmy Jolocon,
the St. Michael's, the Adventist, and all those schools? Are you
No,
afraid?
we are not afraid of any of those schools, because at the time we sat at St. Phillips, Jimmy Jolocon, the SDA, the Advantage, the St. Peter's, the UHP, the Bishop 2, they were all our babies. We would give them breast milk academically. So, but currently, this is our first homecoming.
Okay.
So we want to do it among ourselves, and in the future we will extend invitation to others.
That beam of you making the other time I had the St. Michael people here, they say when they and Jologon put talking, St. Philip can pass around there. Yeah, that's what they say. They say you can pass whether it's in sports or whatsoever, you can pass near them.
That's what they will say, but that's not the reality.
Okay.
We are the Scorpions, and we are proud Scorpions, and we know what we have done in the past.
Okay, let's take some calls. Our next guests are also here, the medical people. 777-700-995, 555-995-995. Medical people are threatening protests against the government. What's happening? But let's focus on this now. 777. Are you a St. Philip's person, a graduate, a current person, whatsoever? Let's hear from you. Cooper Passawe says he's a graduate of St. Philip's. Okay, welcome. Let's hear you. Yes, go ahead.
My name is Eric Adesu, graduate of the State 2007-2008.
Okay.
Thanks to the leadership, we are in jail. We give ourselves to be a tenant. So I don't get our payment, but hopefully before tomorrow, our payment will be made. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Hello, Julius.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, my name is Xander Brooklyn. I did not graduate with a certificate, but I want to commend our guys and students, and I think we need to do more of this. And the reason why I'm calling because I attended school along after the Pure Dennis and the Pure Baptist to be precise.
Our first school along the capital there is going down the drain, so I'm impressed by
the establishment of the Phillips. And to be very honest, the Phillips have been one of the very great schools academically and in school. And back in the days, the very mature girls you see in high school were at the Phillips, the Scorpion.
What kind of sports? They are very afraid. They play among themselves. They get invited. They're afraid to beat them.
No, my man. Realize, Julius, the Phillips are big brother for all the school along the Gardner. School on the Gardner, I remember that I have very good teams to compare to St. Philip was the Arnoldville, the Kalita across the Paisley there. But St. Philip are big school, my man. Even my hero among Dennis. We were not yet St. Philip at certain time, around 2003, 4, and 5.
Okay.
Yeah, but thanks to the guys, man, I think it will elevate our school, to rebrand and come by, given the impact they are giving us over the year.
Thanks so kindly for your call. Yeah, I came to Monrovia 2005. I left high school 2003. I don't know about y'all. High school in New York used to be all over the place that way. But, 777-700 995 555 995 995. I don't know. I have some relatives who are going to St. Phillips. Yeah. But go ahead. Let's hear you. Are you a St. Philip or a Philippian?
No.
But then why you call? Let's get a point channel to talk to now. What you say? Focus Wilson.
There's a point that being raised, and I'm telling you, it's important for me to speak to it very quickly.
Which one?
I think let me first of all commend the players. It's fine because all of the exercises that are going on, particularly cannot very wrong. I've been borrowed from Jimmy Jericho, let me admit. And you can remember when St. Michael were playing, they played Jericho, they choose Jericho because Jericho is the hero on the whole sport market drive. No, not there. All deceiving auto process. And so for someone to deny a fellow Jericho, that's the reason people having interleague among themselves. They could not. They tried Jericho with massacre them sport-wide. We package them with them. And but what we can do, we're still a little support to them because they are a little small brother to us in terms of activity. I mean, Jericho, so I know how powerful Jericho have been.
Okay.
And St. Phillips and Michael, they have no match. We're not talking about age, we're talking about system, we're talking about current day activity.
Thanks so kind. Okay. Thanks so kind. Y'all do your own homecoming too. Let's see. Welcome. Let's hear you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Daniel Conan, graduate from the St. Philip High School.
Go ahead.
Yeah, let me say a big thanks to my hardworking president, Hassan, for the government and member of the acting leadership.
Go ahead.
Yeah, President, let me tell you thank you to everybody in the studio there for us. We appreciate you. We will make the day a successful day. Yeah.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Julius, and good afternoon to the team in studio.
Go ahead.
My name is Cooper Passaway, a proud graduate of the St. Philip Economical High School.
Go ahead, Assistant Minister Passaway.
Let me appreciate my colleagues. I think I'm proud that our school is coming back to light. You know, St. Philip being one of the oldest schools in Somalia who have produced men and women society. We cannot sit there and allow our schooling to go in a dream. But let me appreciate the entire leadership for the work so far. They go on Sunday, we are at the church. We sing praises to God for giving all the strength, the opportunity to come together as students, former students of St. Philip. I can assure you, and Judas, if you want to get a clear picture of St. Philip, just read small history of Ghana's-Ville. You can also serve on the coaching team before I play soccer for the team. Yeah,
you say you play what?
I play soccer.
You that looking spotless like that you talking about play soccer. What am I so?
If you follow the Easter League, yes, but we were featuring in the Easter League.
But to be bench player doesn't mean that you beg you man. Stop that thing, man, Cooper. What is the evidence that I even play on any good team, sir?
I think Veteran I play passionate together. I think Veteran can test to
Okay. I will. Okay. Thanks so kindly. Let's squeeze in 2 more calls before we come back to our guests. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Chair.
Yes, quickly. Let's hear you.
I'm Chairman Father to Georgia EDDC Corps.
Okay.
I'm a graduate of the St. Philip High School.
You say what's the name again?
Jarvis father.
Gavis?
Jarvis, Jarvis.
Okay. And you say you're coming from New Georgia, Gov?
Yeah, New Georgia Gov.
I used to live there. I used to live in the Gulf there.
Yeah, I know you well. I'm a Bible Jewish.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to be to our acting leadership institute there. And I'm encouraging all graduates from the school to turn up. And for the cause of Viva Error, we can let the show will start our package. And Friday will be there. And Saturday, the acting leadership show that the cause of Viva Error will win the championship on Saturday.
Okay. Thanks. So currently, let's take the final one. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Matter calling for Snow community.
I know you are in Philip. When you say Snow Hill, I know you're in Philip, man.
That's right. But I'm not going to it's for Philip. I'm living now. You got to call you up.
But when how many schools the AB alone will be from?
I stay the neighbor of Philip.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks so kindly. Okay. So let's go back to our guest now. We'll start from you, and then we'll come like this to end with the president. You listen to the calls. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay, so we, like I earlier stated, we come to encourage all of our veterans because we graduate from St. Phillips, but equally so we have veterans. So, like one of the callers made mention of the sporting issues. One of those players that St. Philip Economical High School can boast of is a Melvin King, former Lone Star goalkeeper. And also we have our present VPR at the school there, one-time barrel scracker, Mengao. And also St. Philip have put up great men when it comes to the Canonville era. One of the veteran in the gospel, Evangelist Joshua Riches. He's a graduate of St. Philip High School. So we're also encouraging all of St. Philip members, those that graduate from St. Philip's, to turn up on Friday morning and also on Saturday morning. We're also calling on the representative of District 12. He is a graduate of St. Philip, but not from the 12th grade. At the time, they had a 6th grade.
Who?
Jerry Koluba Yagba.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we're also calling on him to be a part of that program.
I mean, I'm serious alumni, man. The elementary alumni team, man. I beg you, man. Yeah, you can go ahead.
I want to say thanks to all the callers, and then I want to send a word out there to all graduates of St. Philip. We are here to encourage you people. This is our alma mater. Let us come back and put hands around St. Philip. This is the school that built us. This is the school that prepared us for the larger society. So let us come back and pay to St. Philip.
Okay. Yeah. And let's hear you.
So on Friday, the time in the morning is 10 o'clock. All of us are meeting on the campus where we have the rally. We will see who owns St. Philip there first to do the fundraiser. We also raise funds there. Before we leave from the campus to St. Augustine, and then from St. Augustine back on the campus. And then we will be fed. Those of us who have paid our money, those are the people we'll be feeding that day for Friday and Saturday. So please, let us pay our money so that, we don't have any inconveniences that day. Some people, want to run other people, but we're telling other people, please pay your money so that we'll be able to have a great occasion.
Okay, the president acting.
Thank you, Julius. And let me first start by commending all of my colleagues here today. So I'll do a quick rundown. So this gone Sunday, which was yesterday, the day before yesterday, we met at the St. Augustine Episcopal Church for our Thanksgiving service. We want to thank the church and the parishioners for allowing us to worship with them. On Friday, December 20th at 10 a.m., we assemble on the school campus, have an indoor program, and then from there parade. We will parade in generations. On Saturday, we will be assembling at the Stephen A. Toddborough Estate football pitch at 10 o'clock in the morning as well. And when you are coming to the Stephen Toddborough Estate football pitch on Saturday, you need to be attired in your Illuminati t-shirts and caps. For Friday, December 20th, you need to come in your official school's uniform. We are not limiting you to the senior class uniform. You can wear any uniform of your choice. Once that uniform is what you feel will be befitting for the kind of history that we'll be writing on Friday.
Okay. Thanks so kindly for being here. We appreciate Madam Chaplain, you want to close up with prayer? I'm just kidding. But thanks so kindly for being here.
There's no Holy Ghost fire in the other chaplain.
You're sounding too weak.
I'm just filling in the gap. Mostly I just do the information from year to year, put things in order sometimes.
Yeah, and also pray. Just give us one line of prayer.
Wow. Okay. Our Father in heaven, thank you for gathering us here today, and let this program be successful. Amen.
Amen. It's almost like you and God lecturing. But thanks so kindly. Let's take a very quick break as our next guys will be coming in.
Thank you, Julius.
I can really be scared for you. Lord, that family you live in and you also turn at it, I can be scared. Why would I be scared when I get my watchman camera to my house? That what criminal will see and run you. With my watchman camera, I get to my house and on my phone. I can see anything to my house. I can even talk to the person from my house. I'm gonna just get data and the video can be clear. When I roll there, I can just press the alarm and it will make a big noise for people to come around. But alone let my watchman camera that good thing. For sure. One woman in my office get it to her house. She can use it to check on her children to know what they're doing to the horse. But I wanted to be checking on my shop. You know the man can bust my shop every time.
Get the easy-to-use smartwatch man and protect what you love most. Protect your shop with just one click on the phone. You can purchase smartwatch. Camera 85 or 0880-75. Mind Watchman, we keep an eye out for you.
Your favorite RLJ Canada Resort and Villas is new and improved with top-notch first-class services guaranteed to make you feel pampered and special as our royal guests. Ideally located on the RI Highway, a few minutes drive from the rehab junction, right in front of the Atlantic Ocean, you are assured of a peaceful, serene atmosphere of a home away from home. The ingredients for our Liberian meals are freshly picked from our garden to give you that unforgettable taste of Liberian cuisine. Our villas are designed and equipped to ensure every night spent with us is a memorable one. We are well positioned to host conferences and seminars of all sizes, as well as outdoor events like garden weddings and parties.
Book your upcoming events and leave the rest for us to handle with 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can reach us on 0770-533-415 or email us at reservations@canadaresort.com.lr. Visit our website on www.rljcanadaresort.com.lr.
RLJ Canada Resort and Villas, for memories worth repeating.
Saki. Saki. Richard S. Kwekwe Saki. Saki, you say you teach what grade?
I teach first and second grade.
First and second grade.
Right. I've been working in the public school.
Okay. You think your English is that good to teach them?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. English, ENGLIS is very good.
Good. What is a sentence?
That is a group of boys that complete the word.
Okay.
Minute, punctuation mark, period, question, comma.
All part of sentence. What is a semicolon?
Semicolon is I between brackets.
What is a period?
A period is I am going to school. Period.
What does a period indicate at the end of a sentence?
The superior is what?
What does a period? What does it mean at the end of the sentence?
Meaning stop.
You shouldn't proceed.
Yes. Stop before you can proceed. PRECEED.
Proceed. What is a subject?
A subject is a group of sentences.
And what are a group of sentences?
A group of sentences. We are going to Samodu. We are going to Ponjama. The president is coming here.
Define polygamy.
Polygamy? What?
Polygamy, yeah.
Polygamy. May who marry 2-3 women?
By force or legally?
Live with them. Maybe if I can get 2-3 women and live with them.
That's polygamy.
When maybe you can marry Joseph Fatuma, then you put in your home is polygamy. Marry 2 or 3 women.
Are you a polygamist?
No, I'm a PSC.
You say you got 2 wives.
Yes.
When you gonna let one go?
Well, maybe if one can go, I will stay with one.
But how would that happen? She can't go on her own.
This is the OK conversation, just to spice up your evening with everything else happening. We have with us Dr. Teresa Thomas Baba, Vice President, Pharmaceutical Association of Liberia. We have Benjamin O. Swami, President, Liberian Nurses Association. Theophilus Fayad, President, Liberia National Physician Assistants Association. Mapping Dolo, President, Liberia Association of Nurse Anesthesists. Wow, so big people here. Dr. Teresa Thomas, welcome to the OK Conversation.
Thank you, Julius.
How is life going?
Well, life is fine.
Yeah. Doctors, the medical people are some of the most significant in any country. So when we hear that there are certain things happening with you people, it is important to bring you here to hear from all of you. Benjamin O. Is it Swami?
Swami.
Huh?
Swami. That's a
Swami. Okay. Welcome to the OK Conversation.
Thank you.
I think you have to redo the headphone. It's pointing outside. Yeah. So it's producing it. How is the Liberian Nurses Association?
Wow. Things are not very fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so things are really not fine because, for us, health, when we say health state, a lot of people feel like they don't have disease. Or when you say health state, a lot of things are embedded in you being healthy. So the nurses are really not healthy.
Okay. We also go to Theophilus Fayad. Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being with you here this afternoon.
You can please speak louder. So.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being with you here this afternoon. And I think, yes, we are here again.
How are the physician assistants?
They are not okay. They were like in nursing, we say they were relatively stable until, few months ago when they started to experience consistent stress, consistent demotivation, and then to now today, we are somewhere that we stand today.
Okay. We will come to that. Mempin Dolo, President, Liberia Association of Nurse Anesthesists. Who are they?
Thank you for the invitation. The nurse anesthetists, in a layman's sense, they are people who work in the operating theater, they work in an emergency environment. They are there to control pain for surgery to go on without pain. So without them, I don't think there'll be surgery.
Okay.
Operation, there'll be no operation.
Okay, let's come to Theophilus. You are quite a strong statement. I think it was yesterday. Give us a history, give us a background. What's really going on with the medical practitioners in the country?
So this statement just came as a result that it was like signed by me, but it was a collective effort of everyone that in the house here today. And then you see us, driving. The background cannot just be said all by myself because it is a long story. From 2021 to 2022, we embarked on the health sector salary policy formulation, and we brought it again today. Okay. This is a policy that was formulated. You can see the signatures pages there. Yeah. I'm aware of the content that there. Okay. So you can see the signatures pages that there. Those are heading the sector to include.
I'm seeing Dr. Jaladen. I'm seeing former Minister Toye.
Very good.
I'm seeing Director General James Thompson, Civil Service Agency.
Very good.
I'm seeing the co-signees, the Library Nursing Association, Benjamin Suami, Cecilia Flomo, Theophilus Faya. You're plenty.
Yes, that's what makes that policy valid because everybody signed me. We all consented to it. So when you saw that policy being developed, it was...
It says, let me read it to the public. Government of Liberia, Civil Service Agency, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Finance and Development, Planning, Recruitment, Service and Pay and Grade Policy for Health Workers of the adopted into the pay and grade system of the Civil Service Agency, October 2023. Okay.
Thank you very much. So when you see that policy as a means of waking government up, we wrote them series of letters on the new government to
please focus on the mark.
We gave them few months to adjust to read a turnover note. They read a turnover note, they didn't get to what they didn't even acknowledge to order. They got something to do or that benefit us. So we wrote them the first letter, and that letter was.
No, first of all, and any of you can come in. What are the key things in this document? Because I will look at it later and perhaps continue with the conversation on what is contained herein. But what are some key things here?
So let me take it from my end, Benjamin, because I was involved in the starting and the end of that policies. So if you look at the key in our policy has to do with salary health worker reclassification. When we say reclassification, it means those who work in the health sector and then putting them in their proper categories and giving them the proper money they need. So assuming that I was a nurse aide and then now I'm a bachelor's in nursing, reclassification means I don't provide nurse aide service anymore. I provide a bachelor degree nurse service. So you need to reclassify me. That's about it. So reclassification in our policy for all of the categories of health workers in Liberia, along with the salary the salary they need to earn, I expect a percentage to be provided. So that one. Another one in our policy has to do with what we call hardship allowing. So you see, most of the time, people cry, oh, Grand Crew, no health worker, oh, Southeast, no health worker. It is not that there are not health facility or nobody wants to go there, but if you go there, that's a hard to reach county. And so because it's hard to reach county, so the IO called hardship allowance. So $150 in a policy to be added to your salary as a hardship allowance.
If you are going to the rural parts.
If you are going to the rural part, because we don't want to keep draining the rural. The attrition rate in the rural part very high because nobody able to bear it. They just with the minimum salary they are earning that is not even much. So as adequate hardship allowance in our policy, that policy also tells us when you are to advance yourself, we'll call it maybe you want to go for study leave, when you are supposed to take study leave. So all of those things are guided over there. It is not going to be somebody's description to tell you, say, that time for you to go in that time. So it is there. When I serve my 3 years, I'm entitled to going for study leave to advance myself. So all of those things are embedded in that.
Yeah, who can come in on the issue of pay grade? Was there something addressed about the pay grade, at what levels, who earns what and all of that?
Yeah, so Julius, if you look at the policy, I think it's page 27. If you look at it, you have the different categories of clinicians that's supposed to receive what they're supposed to receive.
That's page 25.
Page 25, page 26, and page 27. You will see there, you have the charts and then the different levels at entry level, at specialized level, and whichever category that the cadets will find themselves in. So the different pay grades are there. But if you look at the objective of the policy, so it lists clearly what we are stating here today. The objective of the policy is just 3 points, 3 bullet points, and that will inform the public. Maybe you could read that to them so that they'll be able to.
Which ones? Where?
So on from the beginning of the page 8, yeah, page 8.
Okay.
We have the objective, the goal of the policy, the objective, and then the scope of the policy. I think that will inform the public the reason why we are stating what we're stating today.
Employment and pay for other cards. Employment pay, provision of incentives. No, I don't think that. I think the
so it's 2.3.
Okay, I'm saying goal of policy.
Goal of policy
context.
Yes.
They have overview. Yes. Goal of the policy. 2.2. The goal of the health workforce employment promotion and pay policy is to attract and retain quality healthcare workers for the public health service, as well as strengthening the efficiency and effectiveness of the system. 2.3, objectives of the policy. The main objectives of this employment promotion and pay policy are: 1, to provide a career path for all kinds of public healthcare workers in the public health service. 2, to satisfy the financial needs of the public healthcare workforce. And 3, to guarantee fair and equitable pay across all cards of the health workforce.
So based on that, we are stating to government that we need reclassification. So if we're reclassified, if I enter the
first of all, was this document adopted? When was this supposed to come into fruition?
2024.
It's like the one that former president we have mentioned in some, I think it's last state of the nation.
Yes.
Spoke about it when Summit was signed, how he forced it out to the public and it was published on Front Page Africa as well.
Okay, good.
So it's based against that backdrop that we are stating that government should reclassify. If we reclassify, obviously we have staffs that enter the healthcare workforce as just maybe a nurse aide. Maybe the person was a physician assistant, right? But what was the only available post at that time? Maybe it was just a nurse aide post. He said, because I want to serve my country, let me just enter as a nurse aide. And then they enter the workforce. Based on that, now they have gotten all of the degrees. We say just reclassify them so that they come up to speed as to what is happening within the system. But if you will say that you just want to close the gap or you just want to augment, then obviously certain group of workforce will be left out. So we are saying, if you just reclassify, do the hardship allowance, and then they cut across the sector. That's what we are.
But have you engaged? Because in these things, there should be prior engagements, and if there is no adherence, then you go, they use a nuclear option. But in this case, have you had, and anybody else can come in, have you had engagements prior to this nuclear option you're trying to activate?
Several engagements.
So let me tell you something, my dear brother. We did not yet jump to reach at this point. When this government, took over, we gave them time. It was in the month of April that we wrote the government, asking them whether during transition they were turning over this document. We wrote the CSA, Ministry of Finance, we wrote Ministry of Health. We even sent copy to the health committee. So we did. And then we gave them 3 weeks. No response. Then we make a follow-up. When we make a follow-up, then they head on the health committee, mandated the health minister to call us. That was our first meeting. That meeting was in May. When we had that meeting in May at the minister conference, the minister appreciated the policy and admitted to the policy that the policy is valid. But she needed us to do a bit of work. What was the work? She asked the team, can we all work together to bring the cleaner, the driver, the security, and the volunteers? Because they are all your colleagues, we all in the health sector. To tell you that we're not really desperate for money, we wanted to cooperate the health system. We agreed. We started to work. The government even went and hired a consultant through the ministry. They brought a consultant, they didn't know how much to pay the consultant. We did our work. And then they brought the doctors in, the doctor brought our on the side. And the addendum was created and added to the policy. Just to notice that at this time, that we all thinking that the government should have been pushing the policy for implementation, we cannot see our way through.
I think besides that also too, I think the last time OKFN journalists and other journalists saw I purposely Benjamin along with Fire, and you can see me publicly reading a petition at the Capitol building, handing this particular policy document over to the Committee on Health for Senator Daba Vapila. She promised me, in fact, what she said was that they had just validated what we've been saying, not knowing it was just one policy. That was maybe just one policy statement to let all leave a Capitol building.
So the finance minister spoke about top ups and so many increments across certain civil servants in this new budget. One would say that people should be patient.
We're rejecting that absolutely. We're rejecting it. Why? Because we still got a serious disparity in salaries. We reject it 1,000 times. Because if you tell me, say, you're hiding, there are some nurses who earn around 300, another one earning 100, you got one there earning $100 with 3,000 LD. So you come out and say, I'm hiding $50. So what happened? The 300 person won the $350. The 100 person go to 150. Are you solving the problem? We rejected it to the last level. We want equitable salary. That means
was there a consultation before, especially for
not
the health sector?
Not one. They did not consult any of us. Not one person ever consulted when they were deriving at that figure. We rejected it to the last level. That where that figure come from, we don't know where it come from, and we will never accept that because we need an equitable salary because we have started plain blank. And I'm very much sure there is nothing wrong with same degree, same job amounting to same salary. You have somebody working to the same, so on the same work, doing just the same work with the same degree, and the person is you having more than $200-300 in salary at the disparity. What does that bring? It reduces the morale. It even brings confusion at the work site. So we rejected that $50 1,000 times. We will not accept that until we have a reclassified salary.
Like come to Tio, what are you people going to do?
So
what are you doing it?
Which one are you doing?
We are already on strike action.
I thought y'all gave 10 days.
No. Let me tell you one thing today, right? This letter that I sent to you was written to all the three sectors here, CSA, MOF, and that of Ministry of Health. And we gave them 10 days in that letter. As a matter of fact, on the 12th, she has started the strike action. But unfortunately for them, they introduced bureaucratic discussions again. And we started adhering to it. But unfortunately for them, some of our colleagues, which is an asset group, initiated on that day. So as it stands now, we are backing off from the negotiation without tangibility, and we are now going in full swing with strike action. Today is day one starting point of strike action. No services currently going on by us. We are 2 hours members to stay away. But let me take you back to the policy that you are reading in the background. If you look at Minister 12 pronouncement about $50 top up.
No, that Minister Gaffon.
Minister Gaffon, rather. Sorry, Minister Gaffon. Does that address the issue of salary disparity? If you are a Newcastle, I'm a Newcastle, got the same degrees, and you're making $350, I'm making $150. If you add $50 across, why would the 150 person go to 200, right? The 350 going to 400, right? You are directly making the rich more richer and the poor more poorer. We say no to that because that is not going to solve the issue of salary disparity. And we stand by that. And as it stands, we can no longer take lyrics from politicians. We are there to see the reclassified healthcare sector. And of course, we are not responsible for the reneging or delay on 2024 implementation, but 2025 implementation now we in. They need to start at 80% when we reach to 2025. Well, other than that, we will not go back to work and our colleagues will remain sitting home.
So it's all the people in the health sector, public health sector that are on strike?
Currently, with the exception of doctors, medical doctors that give 10 days.
Oh, okay, it was the medical doctors that give 10 days.
But when you look at the signature pages of the letter that are written to them, all the healthcare workers, despite LMDA sign, but they give 10 days. So we that give government the first 10 days they didn't adhere to it, we are in full swing as it stands. You can take the microphone and start calling Lufa, start calling Niba.
Yeah, no, I've been seeing reports.
So you get to know that very well. So today as it stands, we are on our knee until our colleague welfare can be adequately addressed. We're not going to bow down to any pressure, any discussion without tangibility.
Have you people, has the president ever invited you people? Have people held conversations with you?
No.
But do you think he has heard about this?
He should hear about it because the Minister of Health advises the president on health issues. So if she doesn't do that, it means that the president needs to do what he's supposed to do to her. But I think we are to her. And so if they were doing it, I'm sure we are not going to where we are now. And besides that, you see outside there, it's just like the studio cannot accommodate all of us.
Oh, you have plenty?
Oh, yeah, the Midwife Association for Liberia president has sent the secretary, he outside there. Yes. We are plenty.
Wow.
But just that your studio can accommodate. So to tell you that all of us have to our colleagues do not go to work until you hear from us.
People are sick. People are having issues. They might be begging you people. Continue the negotiation. We beg you. People are dying and all those kinds of things.
So, Julius, if you say that people should beg us and then we should go back to work, what becomes of our families? What becomes of our children when they go to school? Are they going to beg the schools to allow our kids to go to school without paying school fees? Is that what we are saying? So if we consider certain group of people in the health sector and then decide to downplay the others, obviously we are not setting a good code. There are some statements that are coming out, and of course we have gotten information that maybe say a minister will get on and issue a statement like I hate certain group of health workers. That doesn't serve the purpose of which you are.
Someone did that?
Of course. But we'll get the tangibles and then we'll bring it up to the public.
Okay. Now, I don't know how long you people have been in the health sector, but have there been increments over time, like from Ellen to we are to now a new administration after the war? How has increment been like in the health sector?
Madam Salita, let me really speak to that because we were the first kind of people who started the government of Liberia after we had left the HIPAA period in 2011. I was the second batch as employee. Worked for government like something around 13 years now. So we started with $100. So Madam
as the list.
Yeah, $100 back then. So, but then government was trying to pay $100 and our NGOs are paying us. Well, when I heard government started doing incremental until we hit around, some hit around 300, some around 350 from the $100. So they were incremented along the line. We didn't receive that from President Weah but what they told us was that the policy, again, that was the issue. We got ourselves tangled in the policy. So we will not let the policy in the incubator to strike. By the time we want to strike, they will say, but we are not validating the policy yet. So we got ourselves tangled. That was how they track us in our policy for almost how many years in our policy. But fortunately for us, we got a policy all of the back before the election could end because we mandated they should sign that policy or we was
which one they were talking about? Doctors getting increment up to 2,000?
Oh yeah. That was in President Weah time.
Oh, so it was the doctors, it was not across.
No.
Not across the health sector.
Not across the health sector.
Now I have the understanding.
No, not across. No, doctor salary for sure it was exponentially increased. I think something like around That was not bad. That was.
Yeah, you want to come in on that?
Yeah. So the issue of the increment. Yeah, during Madam Selita, what happened is that the doctor, the Liberia Dental and Medical Association, they are a team of doctors under the leadership of the then minister today. They went on a go-slow action. And then Madam said he called them and they signed MOU that government is continuity. Will make sure that the government will increase the salary, not reclassification.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, so the document, the same way the policy document is that how the MOU was signed and left in office. So when President George we took over the country, he called them and Dr. Jala was the minister, and then it started with that process. So that for every time you used to see the former president go somewhere, you say, I better the health sector. I took the doctor from this point, I carried them to this point.
And then the doctors not plenty as compared to. Yeah, I mean, doctors proper are not as plentiful as compared to the rest of the health workers, right?
That is certainly correct. And one thing you also should understand is Liberia does not run that sophisticated health system. If you check in the hospital setting, you find out that we don't have few referral hospitals. And those different other health facilities in the counties level, they are primary health care system. So the primary health care system are run by the male health care workers that are delivering the healthcare services to the last mile of the country.
So I see why you people were not happy, because when I look at the data, they're far off, and I am helping them to shine. Now I understand.
It's not that we are not. It's not that we having problem with the data salary.
No, not that.
We don't have problem with
That's
that
not what I'm
salary.
saying. You that thing is human nature.
Yeah. So what we calling for? What we calling for? Is
no,
that?
not this one. I am talking about before. The previous one. Because we've been hearing that we carry the health sector workers, we carry the doctors for 700, 2,000 something, blah blah blah. Those are the kinds of things that we're hearing. But I didn't understand that it wasn't across.
It wasn't across.
So you're making the doctor and shower. You look at the man way. Now I understand.
I hope all Liberians can understand that we're making it to shine as well.
Not by you, that is obvious.
Very good. So now we are left out. We didn't cause any trouble. We didn't cause any harm.
And then you all were promised by the opposition then, that's in power now. That,
of course.
And in fact, when you check the root causes of putting them out, it was because of that. You saw how Walker took the bravery to take the street to say we want you out. And we are out now today. We got policy to show you that you can work with and we're happy us for now. Then you downplaying it. Then people are taking out of politics. They are saying the president, we are policy. They are saying this is political policy. We are not interested into the political dynamics. What we are interested in is what better our life.
The well-being of
the system, the documents better our life. They seek to better our life. We want you to implement and better our life.
And this was negotiated by all of you, the health sector people together with the government.
We signed on it.
Okay. I think we should go to the lines now. We have gotten the crux of the matter. 777-700-995, 555-995, 995. Health workers are beginning serious. Public sector health workers are beginning serious go slow across the country. And this could be paralyzing. Hope leaders up Capitol Hill and elsewhere are concerned about this. 777-700-995, 555-995, 995. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Julius. Frank Gibson, I call from Paris.
Go ahead, Frank.
You know, I was just looking at my calculator here. The 5 commissioners at LTA, their generator earn 18,000 every month just for the gasoline. Just the gasoline is not the entire salary. The 5 commissioners, the fuel they use for that generator is 18,000 per month.
I think that gas is for I think 6 months or whole year. I don't think it's every month.
No, they say 50,000. That 50,000 month salary, Julius. Every month they get 50,000. The gas price is high. But you know that's not too important. You see, during the elections, we were hearing that nurses and doctors were actually threatening people that if you don't vote for the United Party, we will not treat you. They were actually putting people outside who were sedition. You know?
No, those were allegations, though.
Okay, one doctor on the morning this morning said exactly what the young man with the green cap said. Why they voted the CDC out. So what I told the doctor this morning, I'm going to tell my brother is that when you born a baby, the baby got to cross there and walk before that baby start doing something.
No, but the other baby is an old baby. No, the baby not new baby. The baby was there before.
No, the baby was not there before.
The baby was there before.
So what I told the doctor this morning, I'm going to tell my brother, please, you're giving yourself working time. You're getting time. You're voting the man, you will increase your salary. And you hear the man saying the document, you will sign a political document. Sometimes these things good to bring to the people first. I know what Joseph Boakai doing to the doctors. They killed our people.
It is not correct. They made promises. They said they were going to make it better, so they should do it. They should live by it. Thanks so kindly. But thanks so kindly. I can understand. But thanks so kindly. They made these promises. They would have done. Let's take the president of the Civil Servants Association, Moiba Johnson. Some people who could be members of yours, very important to the country, are staging serious strike actions. Where do you stand?
Julius, just for the record, we support the action of our comrade. I'll tell you this. On the 20th of November this year, we presented a resolution to Minister Gafuan. It will interest you to know, since the 20th of November, up to now, we have not been called, we have not been heard, as to what our resolution entails. In fact, in our resolution,
you mean all the civil servants too?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, including the teachers, the health workers, Chair Phillips Alumni will tell you that the health workers and the MCSS. We presented a resolution. In our resolution, we also reiterated the adherence to the classification of health workers as has been presented and has been presented as a takeover note to the incoming government. So we are asking our government to adhere to that. And more besides, Julius, just last week Monday, we sent a reminder communication again to Minister Gafford to call us so that we can set to discuss the tenets of our of the resolution presented to government. Okay, and we are asking them, look,
are you people not also happy with the top ups?
No, we are not happy. We made it clear. Tiafela and myself were invited at the ECOWAS radio, and we made our position very, very clear. Listen, you cannot play politics with us. It is not a crime, Julius, to become workers in this country for your government. It is not a crime. When we work, we should be compensated duly. Now, listen, Julius, just before I end my discussion with you. We mention in our resolution to the government that we want the revenue code section 8 to be revisited, to be changed, because outside that, without any action taken to revisit the revenue code, any addition or any top ups onto our wages will have no meaningful benefit to us. Look, Judah, it will interest you to note that since 2026, I mean 2006.
Yes, that's 2006.
Yeah, 2006. Since the administration of President Salif up to just last year, the conversion rate at which government have been paying on the central bank rate has been $70 Liberian to $1 US, and that has been so up until 2023. It was only this January this year, 2024, that was changed. So tell us the background all along in that that is stated that whenever there's an appreciation in the US dollar against the Liberian dollar, the Minister of Finance and Development Planning should take steps to amend wages so as to account for the loss that we sustain on our disposable income. That has not been visited, and we ask Minister Gafford to call us to sit around the table so that we can discuss the issues. Other than that, we are not moved by whatsoever that has been said.
Can we also say that a possible protest could come from the entire civil servant body?
I just called last week Friday. I called the SA to Minister Gafford in person on Baba Sela, and I told him that we want to meet the minister. Anything outside that we send a communication. All four of us are under the health workers, the teacher, the National Teachers Association, and the MCSS Teachers Association. We said, and ourselves, we send that communication. We want to have audience with the government of Nigeria. Listen, when President Weah came into power at the time, we said he never knew book. When he invited almost all the public sector workers, the leadership of the public sector workers, he had meeting with us. Since the inception of this government, President Joseph Nima Boakai has not met with any public sector worker leader. During the campaign, as Amos Toy, as Dr. Luther Stafford, they invited us during the campaign, and they said the harmonization we noticed, it was a problem to you public sector workers. We have come to assist in the process, help us. When we win the election, we address the situation. Not only stopping there, but the standard bearer himself, President Joseph Nima Boakai, now invited us, and he alluded the same thing. He gave us that promise. Why is it that up to now, he has not met with us? And up to now, they are disregarding us. They do not even know that we are the one that can make leaders. We are the one that can change leaders. I thank you, Julius.
Okay. His name is Morba Johnson, president of the Civil Servants Association of Liberia. Quite serious. It is not strange, though, that the president hasn't met any of these groupings, because he really hasn't met a whole lot of people. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Julius.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
My name is Daniel Philly. I call you from the grounds of the Well, Julius, I want to appreciate your guests for their deliberation, but I think we have to give the president a little chance because this president is doing something that these people don't know, right?
What is it?
I can't just expose it now.
You call on public radio. You say president. The president hasn't called the people to meet with them and tell them what he is doing. Is that how it's supposed to be?
No, actually,
and it's supposed to communicate with the people what they are doing.
Julius, I want them to just hold.
That you the presidential spokesperson?
No, I'm not the presidential spokesperson, but I know what's in the cover for them. But
are you an employee in the office of the president?
Not really, but I want to give you this information, Julius. You see, doctors and nurses are key in our democracy, in our society today. Because right now, if these people put their tools down, our people are dying in hospitals. So, because of somebody's school fee, you can compare a student and somebody who is sick. So, if these people put their tools down and say they're not treating anybody, I don't know how our hospitals and clinics are going to be. So I beg them to hold their peace. The president will come, and address their issues. So I want you guys, please, to go back to work so that things will be fine later. Okay. Please.
Thanks so kind. You're not information minister. You're not presidential spokesperson, but you say you know what's happening. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Well, thank you, Julius. Good afternoon. This is Ben on the line.
Go ahead.
Let me say good afternoon to your guests in the studio. Well, Julius, these are very disturbing times, very troubling times in our country. They have made very significant points. But again, Julius, as you very well know, it's not an easy thing. If they talk about, boycotting the various places on grounds of what they have indicated, well, it's going to be much more saddening for our people who, lie on the beds here and there. We can only appeal to them. Those concerns are very much legitimate. And I want to use this video as well to call on the relevant authority to see how best those matters can be addressed amicably and urgently. They too have families. They have their children in school. They need to pay their fees. We can just overlook it and say because they of those kinds of starters and other kinds of things. So at all cost, they should go through those kinds of constraints. But again, I appeal to them, please hold on, can't leave our people in those kinds of desperate situations and just say because of those kinds of things and then have it.
Okay, thanks. So kindly, this person says, I am reaching out to bring to your attention the challenges we as vendors are currently experiencing concerning payments for services rendered to government ministries and agencies through MFDP. Initially, our payment vouchers were processed in the usual manner, 60% in USD and 40% RRD. However, we were later informed that if we wanted to receive our payments, they would need to be processed entirely in RRD, as the government claimed to lie USD. Under pressure and with the hope of timely payments, we promptly complied and process our vouchers to 100% LRD. Despite our compliance and efforts, we are yet to receive any payments. As the Christmas season approaches, many of us are struggling to sustain our families and secure goods to maintain our businesses because MFDP is holding on to our payments. The government's delay in fulfilling these obligations is placing a significant burden on us during this critical time. We kindly appeal to you to use your platform to advocate on our behalf. Your voice could help amplify our plight and encourage the relevant authorities to address this issue with urgency. Thank you for your time and supporting this manner. Okay. Second to last one. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you so much, Julius.
Go ahead.
Appreciate this. Thank you so much. And this is speech playing this one. Julius, let me use this great time that you give me to call on Dr. Luther Tappe and Amos Tue. Julius, there are three sectors in a country you don't turn around: the security sector, the educational sector, and the health sector. See what is happening
in Tottenham Borough. Then what will happen in Yenu, where there is only one nurse is there? They need to call these people to an urgent meeting. They need to answer their phones. They need to get down from the car. They see there, we got down from the cars and talk to them during campaign period. They need to answer their phones. We need to stop this kind of repetitional behavior in past government, current government. We need to stop the kind of behavior as the Liberians. They need to call this board we're meeting, discuss with them, because this is terrible. We're talking about life. That's my appeal. Thank you.
Thanks so kindly as well. Let's squeeze in this one. Welcome.
Yeah, Julius, thank you. This is the same we are now calling from Location.
Go ahead.
Let me use the medium to call the health workers. Most especially, those are in a rural area. What I'm hearing is very worrisome. What I'm in Monrovia, I think it's quite better a little bit. But why? Because of fine and other ability. So we are calling on the job worker. So the people have issue. It shouldn't be the issue of politics. Call these people and see how bad are you. Talk to them to cater to our people, because it is very worrisome. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thanks so kindly as well. This will be the final one. Welcome quickly. No, sorry. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Julius.
Yeah, quickly.
Thank you. This is Solomon Esquire. I go even put the enemy. This is my far.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and this is my colleagues in studios. Let me say thank you to all of them. They fight. We are into it, and we need redress. And I don't think anybody will intimidate us to scare us to stay away. So we told the government, if you know that I'm nurse or pharmacy technician, please pay me as pharmacy technician, because that so-called or increasement they were talking about.
Top up. They call it top up.
Yes, $50 USD for pharmacy technicians, PA, nurses, and people work in the same.
Okay, but thanks. We got it because of time. Yeah. Let me just come back to people here. The news is coming up. Let's start from you. Then we end up with him. You listen to the calls and all of that. Just 30 seconds each.
Yeah, I listened to the callers, and I just want to make a quick response to the caller who called from Paris. I think you see the policy there. If you go into that policy, the formulation of that policy started somewhere around 2022. If the past government by then were horrible with that policy, they will have it implemented. So the problem is not only today. And the decision to change government, people shouldn't take it against us. We wanted a better Liberia. We're not seeing better Liberia in the past. Government wanted a better health sector. So changing government cannot, have to be, waiting.
Okay.
Okay, so I use this opportunity to call them on all mandates in Liberia that are working in public sector. Please do not go to work. I have prepared a communication to the County Health Director, Dr. Lorraine Coppert, by bright and early 8 o'clock in the morning, through her office, to have all the county health officers informed that nurses in Liberia in public sector are striking. If anybody threatening you, they just make the matter more worse, and even worse and worse. Go and sit home until you hear from us. You tell oath not to die. Nothing in our oath say you shouldn't get money.
Okay.
That is there. Don't go to work. We'll call you.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. We come to you, madam. 30 seconds.
I want to say thanks to OKFM for affording us the opportunity to be here. And we are calling on all of the pharmacists. We have issued our statement by the president from the president of the Pharmaceutical Association of Liberia. He posted in our chat room, and we also adhere to what was said by the president. And he only asked me to re-emphasize what he said. So we are calling on the pharmacists. We say we are on a go slow. Stay away until you can hear from your leaders. And concerning the callers, we want to appreciate those who are in solidarity with us and those who are saying that we voted past leadership because we wanted a better life. Everyone wants a better life. But I don't think the health workers should be linked to that of political stuff, because what we are saying now is just reclassified and we are going to be okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All members of the Assembly of Librarian Professionals, you are advised to stay off duty. If you go to work, anything happen to you, you are responsible for yourself. If you remain in the dungeon of poverty, you are responsible for yourself. And anybody threatening you, just report it to the channel that will report it in the chat rooms. And if they persist, we are going to go after their bosses and we'll ask President Boakai to fire them because they are no longer respecting our right to stand for our equal pay and just benefit. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks so kindly for being here, accepting our invite. We appreciate. My name is Julius Chair. Tomorrow is another day. This is how we go.